Feeding him, though, is not enough. Living in harmony with your dog requires mutual respect. A puppy is not an object or a toy. He needs you to take care of him and devote time to him. He's an active creature who prefers long walks rather than being hurried out and hurried back again. A sociable animal, you need to give him contact with as many people as possible.
A puppy's education plays a great part in his successful integration into his family environment and society as a whole. This should be based on a number of simple principles. You can avoid a fair number of conflicts by automatically adopting coherent behavior with your dog, because even the nicest dog can become difficult to live with if he doesn't understand what's expected of him. Ensure that he knows his place right from the start. As his master, you must always remain dominant.
When playing with him, the puppy must learn to respect you and must know that there are certain limits that should not be exceeded. If he gets angry, bites your hands, pulls your clothing, or refuses to put the ball down after bringing it back to you, stop the game and walk away. Shouting at him will only excite the dog even more and encourage him to continue.
For his part, the puppy must obey his master. Teaching him to respond to his name, to avoid pulling on his leash, or to do his business in the right place are all things that will take a little time. You need to be firm but fair, demanding but patient.
When you come home, stay calm and avoid great shows of joy at seeing him again. This kind of behavior encourages the dog to be silly. He'll get overexcited when he knows it's almost time for you to come home and runs the risk of damaging items around him.
The master's role is to be commanding and precise. This is not difficult, as dogs naturally accept orders. You simply need to speak to him in a firm voice, to give him very simple instructions and to repeat them as often as possible.
No is all you need to teach him to understand that he's done wrong, and good when he does what's expected of him. To help him understand quickly when you call his name, you should ensure that his name is always used just before something the dog likes. It's important to reward him when he comes to you by encouraging him and stroking him.
Telling him off can sometimes be beneficial, but only if you catch him in the act. Otherwise, it serves no purpose at all. The telling off should immediately end when the dog adopts a submissive posture, as this shows that he has understood.
In the street, in the park, and often even in the forests, in all public areas, dogs must be kept on a lead or a harness. The puppy must get used to this from an early age and learn not to pull on the leash. You should begin walking him on his leash at home, ideally with short sessions repeated every day.
If the puppy arrives in a home where other animals are already living, there's no cause for panic. Dogs of all sizes and all breeds generally get on well provided they have enough space.
You should take great care not to show favoritism to the new arrival, or the other animals may feel abandoned and left out. Between a cat and a dog, things are a little more complicated. When the dog first arrives, your cat will naturally be distrustful. It will doubtless stay up on top of the wardrobe for the time that it takes for it to decide that the puppy represents no danger for it. Don't try to hurry things. When it finally comes back down, the two will doubtless get along peacefully.
For children, the arrival of a puppy is always a big thing. For 30 years now, psychologists have been studying the impact that the presence of a dog can have on children and teenagers. Their results are unanimous. The effect is 100% positive. When they need someone or something to talk to, or the warm presence of another living creature who's always on their side, the dog is always there for them. In this way, The dog can encourage children to be better able to express themselves.